part of it is how you think about the reveal of a story and how you take the audience through to that reveal. Literally stories within Instagram, for example, but more so stories through videos. How do you kind of catalog the world around you? How to report on things that are around you through video? So I want you to, on your image, create a text block. Start the text block off with just period, which is in classic. Do period and then a whole bunch of spaces after. A whole bunch of spaces. And with that now, is you can start to stretch it out. You can build kind of a background element. You can build a design element. So the text background element isn't only useful just for putting background on text. You can actually start to build really cool effects around it. One of the neat things that we have here is what's called the screen hack, the screen fill hack. So on your image that you have still, go into the drawing tools, select the pen tool, the first one here, select the color, and then hold your finger down the image for like 2 seconds. And that should fill the screen with that color.
Every time we say yes to something, we say no to something else. And in school and in applications for post-secondary, in work, we all have goals and things we need to do and results we have to achieve. And it's important when you feel yourself really busy to stop and say, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Is this where I want to be spending my time? So, make sense? But culture is how we create community, how we bring our team together, and what we stand for. So here we have a lot of diversity, and there's a lot of ways to look at diversity. It could be supporting men, supporting women, it could be ethnic diversity, but it's also sometimes just diversity of thought.
So I would say, think about that. Think about what you want to be known for. Think about, what is true to you. I think everyone has an individual brand, and just be good about putting that out there and self-advocating for yourself.
Asking questions that maybe no one has ever asked before takes a little bit of bravery. If you do that through your whole life, if you challenge yourself to do that, you will find that you will build interesting perspective that you can own, and you will build your own value and your own brand as you move through your career.
It's passion. If you love something and you can show people how much you love something, it's infectious. I would think about the connections you make as you're growing up, and think about the relationships you form with people. I'd say connect with as many people as you can and nurture those relationships, and you never know when you will work for someone you connected with, or they may work for you.
So here I was in really super busy city, Manhattan, very foreign country, United States. I'd never been there before that. By myself, not speaking the language, not knowing the culture, not knowing anyone there. But because I did that, I could work in fashion in New York City. I achieved my goal, but I wanted to do something different to increase my brain capacity and improve my analytical skills, writing skills, and research skills. So I chose master's program in environmental studies.
Yeah, today was fun. I actually learned that being uncomfortable is good, and I often find myself in comfortable positions, right? So that just inspires me to go out and take more risks into the world and actually find myself into those uncomfortable positions, because that's when I know that I'm growing.
That time that I realized that there were certain things that really drew me to the conversation. Corporate culture was one of those. And that feeling that you got when you walked into this Facebook office, that's corporate culture, because you get that excited feeling. You're thinking to yourself, this is where I want to be. This is something that gets me excited. Take what you love and apply it to things that you do, because people gravitate towards that. One of the other things that we talked a lot about today was stories. And each of you have a story, and people want to hear those stories. People also want to celebrate your story. They want to celebrate those successes. And when we talk with customers around launching Workplace to their organizations, it's around celebrating those stories within the organization.